Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 84. So far today, we're still looking at C++ stuff that I've been learning from the Free Coding Camp YouTube videos. And so far today, we're going to be looking at more stuff involving arrays. And this time it's basically just getting the size of the array. So basically, I'm going to get this set up real quick. Just type in using namespace cd, so I don't have to worry about typing this out every time. And just go and get rid of this. So far, I started off by just setting up an array. So just say int test. And we'll just put in like 2 numbers. And so far, again, with the size of the array, it's basically going to be used the same way we did with like just the manually getting the range. So I'll just go and like set that up so we can just see what I'm talking about stuff here too and all. Basically just like setting up the for statement as we did before. We'll basically just do auto value, then just say test, put the colon test, because that's the name of the array right here. And then from here we'll just have it just print out like the array and everything too. So we'll just say item in, say item in array. Just say value, so it prints out what's in the array. Let's go and run this. So there it is, prints out item array 1 and 2. If I add in another item, such as like 3, it should just go ahead and like add that. So we don't have to worry about being specific and like, you know, having to worry about changing the array spacing and all that. If you want to like print what number the array is in, we basically have to do something like this. So say like int number equal 0. And then from here I have to add basically just something here. So I can just say like test. And then from here just put in number plus plus. And then close the bracket. And do something like this. So basically, we run this. This sometimes has problems. Okay, here we go. So right here types out 0, 1, and 2 for the spacing it is in the array. Basically, with the size like thing where I was working with, basically something called size of. And with that, it just allows you to be able to see like the size of the array. So basically, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. Except basically, instead of making our own thing here, number, we basically will just kind of be doing the same thing, to be honest with you. But I'll just go ahead and show it off real quick. So, basically, I'll do this. Instead of number being 0, we'll put size of, parentheses here, and we'll just put the name of the array. And so far, you know what, let me do this real quick, actually. Instead, let me just print this out so we can just see something. So I'm just going to go ahead and just erase this whole thing real quick. And we're going to see what size of actually does. Probably should just plan this out a bit better. But again, just kind of doing this on the fly just for myself. Basically just say size of test. Then print out size of. Let me just. And L. So we just run this real quick. So far it says size of test, which is the array here, is 12. Basically each item in this, like, okay. So far size of counts everything in bits. So basically in each item in this is 4 bits. This will add up to 12. So far, we want to see actually how many items are in this. So it will be 3. We will have to do this, which I can just like do on a thing under it. So let me just copy this actually. So with this, basically using size of, I have to do this. I have to specify specifically. So for our test of size 0, so it'll be this 1 right here. And I'll make sure I put that here as well. And then just run it real quick. So again, the whole test of the array, this is 12 bits, all 3 items in it. The size of the first item in it, 0 is 4, so this 1 is 4 bits. Basically, if I want to show how many items are in this, I have to divide the size of test divided by this size, just specifically one of the elements in the array. So basically I can just show that and everything real quick too. So just another cout and just say the amount of items in test is, then there, just type in again, same thing, size of test divided by size of test 0 and L. So again, with this, it should print how many items are in here, which again at this point should be 3. So we're gonna run it. There it is. The amount of items in test array is 3. So basically we can add another one just to make sure that have it. So just put 4, run it. It goes 16 bits since there's 4 items. Basically 4 times 4 is 16. The size of test 0 is 4. So basically what's in this space right here, this is 4 bits. And basically there's 4 items in here. So again, 4 numbers inside this array. So basically that's the whole thing stuff with this too, the size of, and how we would use this basically the same way. It's like we'll make a for loop and we'll just do this. So int I equals 0, I, and then from here basically we'll just like make a variable of this. So let me just make a variable real quick. So we'll say int, and we just call this one number as well. And basically this, what we have right here, we'll be typing in again. So I'll just type it in again just to get used to it. So size of, and then test, that's the name of the array, divided by size of test in one of the elements in the array. And then from here, we'll just put number, and then plus I. And then from here, basically just print out the array as well. So just say that, and just say test that and everything. Number. There we go. So basically it'll be working the exact same way. We just run it this time. Oop, wait, hold on. I messed up. Give me a second. Yeah, so far here I do. I just kind of messed up a second. The test, and then just kind of knew it was a bit early. I'm pretty sure I'm still messing up real quick, but just give me a second on this. I just want to just run and see something real quick. Yeah, I messed something up. Give me a second real quick. Yeah, okay, so I'm just being really stupid because I'm doing this when I'm tired, which is always a bad idea, but yeah, we just make it I, that's it. Like, this is the only thing this is meant for, just to help keep track of how many things are in the array. That's it. So we just run it. Yeah, there we go. So all the same stuff too, 16 bits inside of it. The size of the first thing is 4 bits. There's 4 items inside the entire array, and it prints out 0, 1, 2, 3, and then everything inside of it, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is literally the only thing that's really meant for just the size of, is basically just in replacement of this. The same way we could just like make a variable, just call it like number or something, like just basically we had the auto range and everything as before, just kind of the same thing as that. So far, the other thing it showed me as well was kind of a built-in function that's just called size. So basically, instead of having to do this whole thing here, which is just like size of and everything, we can instead just switch it out and just put this. So let me just get rid of this stuff real quick. we can just do this. Size test. And that's really it. We do that, and it'll be able to print. There is a thing about this, though. So far, this, because currently what I'm working in right now, you can see up here, language C++. So far, this only works in C++ 17 and up. If you do this in any of the other ones, it won't work. So right now, we're in just basic C++. If we run it, it won't work. It has no idea what size means. If I change it to C++ 17 and run it, it works perfectly fine. So this is the only thing about that too and all. Basically what size is right here, this, it's literally the exact thing we just typed before. The size of test divided by size of one of the elements in test. It's just this is a shorter, quicker version of doing it. So basically if you're doing it in C++ 17 and up, you can just do this, make it simple. But if not, you're going to have to do it the other way. So far, that's really just it and everything with that too. Again, I kind of messed up the first part with the size of thing. I'm just doing this a bit while I'm tired. But yeah, so far, that's the whole thing with this and everything. Just, again, holding with size and using size of is basically, again, just a way to do this. So if you just want to be able to print out what element the array is, so basically be able to say, like, this is in space 0 of the array, and it's 1, space 1 of the array, it's 2. Basically, you just use this, use size of, or again, you can do it the other way, just with the auto range. Just saying auto value test. And then from here, I can just say again, number plus plus. Make this value. Does the exact same thing. Basically just another way to do it. So if you don't want to have to do int number equals 0 and all that, then you can just like use it the other way. But either way, it really doesn't matter too much. You can use the auto value or the size of or just size, as long as you're in C++ 17 and up for the size part. But that's really it. Yeah, so far again, just messed up a bit when I was tired. Sorry about that. But yeah, so far to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.